Well, hello there. Welcome back to So Into Bourbon. I'm Glenn. This is Charlie. Charlie, why don't you tell them what we have in store for them tonight?
Tonight we have a wonderful offering from oldforester, their 117 series, the highangelsshare.
And we're going to be giving a bottle of this away to one lucky viewer.
We are.
Yes, and to find out how, you need to watch till the end, and we'll let you know.
Stay tuned.
Okay, so Old Forester 117 series. This is the newest release. It was just released in February of this year. Mm-hmm. This is the highangelsshare. Do you want to explain to everyone what that is?
Not really, but that's what we're here for. So the 117 series, as Glenn mentioned, is a limited run, and this part of their series, highangelsshare, is barrels that have experienced an incredible amount of evaporation loss, often called the angelsshare.
Yeah, so what they did was they had some of those barrels that they found that had a very high loss, and they made them one of the releases in the 117 series. Now this is the third batch
of highangelsshare.
The 117 series started in 2021. So they released three expressions per year in the 117 series. Now this one is not available for purchase yet unless you schedule a tour at the distillery until March 20th.
Well, there you go.
That's what I did yesterday.
And that's how we got the bottle.
It is. And then, I don't know, I may edit in a little bit of video from the tour yesterday.
A little behind the scenes action.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the cool things about the Old Forester tour is they actually make barrels there.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I do enjoy seeing that. It's a great tour, state-of-the-art facility. It's in downtown Louisville. It's awesome. So if you're coming to bourbon country, go to Louisville. Hit up
Absolutely.
So
now, let's get into this.
Let's get into it.
Specifics. It's the good old Forester mash bill, 72, 18, 10. 18 rye, 10 malted barley, 72 corn. Proof, 110.
Nice. Like that.
Non-age stated.
What can you do?
So yeah, on the tour, he mentioned that most of their product is 4 to 6 years old, so I'm guessing this is somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe a little older. Maybe it was stored higher in a rick house. Maybe that's why it had...
Yeah, I'd be interested. It's always, they give you just enough to keep you intrigued and to make a release. I'd love to know, because logic would dictate that if these had a higher rate of evaporation, then obviously they were probably in the barrel longer.
Right.
So, because you're not going to lose a ton after 4 years, but who knows? So
yeah.
We know it's older than 4 years old because it doesn't have an age statement. It says Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. But yeah, so one of the reasons that we love Old Forester, and we've done many episodes, which you can go back and look, is all Old Forester is the same, 72, 18, 10 mash bill. And the only thing that varies is the barrel location and the age. So you can really have fun with Old Forester comparing the proofs and the different expressions, and hopefully this is no exception.
Yes, with a few exceptions. We know the 1924 that was just released had a small difference in mash bill. Of course, the rye is a different mash bill. Want to get into this?
Yeah. What was in? So it's a 375 milliliter. So it's a half bottle. What was your MSRP on this?
This is my size.
It is a Glen size.
MSRP, it's $59.99 at the gift shop and 2 for $119.98.
Math checks out.
Yep. Beautiful color.
Amazing color. I mean, really.
Almost like a reddish.
Yeah, it has a nice reddish hue to it. And it puts, boy, it's sticky in the glass, man.
Sure is.
It just kind of splashes around in there. It has a really deep color, really deep color.
Which would make sense.
It should. Cherries.
Love it.
I get like almost immediate cherries.
Cherry cola.
Yeah, that really stone fruit cherries. Get a little burnt sugar in there. 110 proof, I get just enough, like you're nosing a whiskey or a bourbon, but I don't get a ton of ethanol at all.
A lot of ethanol at all.
The fruit is really overwhelming.
It is. There's not a whole lot of
complexity to it.
Chocolate or caramel on the nose.
But I do love that nose.
Absolutely.
And I'll Let's see if that opens up a little more.
And I did taste this yesterday, so I'm curious to
Cheater.
see if it's changed at all for me on my palate today from yesterday.
Everything tastes better on a tour.
That's right.
Old Forester.
Cheers.
Wow.
So I'm going to let you go since I've tasted it.
I figured you would do
I want to
something
hear
like
what
that.
you have to say about it.
Boy, I really like that. I get, so the initial splash is really kind of almost effervescent, like it's very fruit forward. I get almost like cherry juice, like fruit juice. And then that transitions into spicy rye. And then you're left with a really dark chocolate oakiness. And it lingers. Like it's a great finish. It just is still kind of sitting there. Really like that. Kind of takes you on a ride.
Yep.
Sweet, spicy, oaky, really nice expression. It is a little, I don't want to say it's hot. I get a little bit Kentucky hug.
Kentucky hug there.
At 110 proof, but in all the best ways. We've done a couple 117 series. I've had a couple that we haven't done on camera. This is probably one of the better ones I've had.
Yeah, everything you said is pretty much right on target for what I thought. I'll go with you on a 117 series. I haven't been a huge fan of the few that I've had. I really do like this. The cherry. I get a lot of cinnamon on this one. I don't get a ton of caramel or vanilla. I do get a little bit of chocolate on the finish. And like you said, it's got a little bit of the Kentucky hug, and it dries up. It's dry. It finishes dry.
It does fit oaky dryness, but it's a nice flavor. It's a serious bourbon.
It is.
That's like, and if you're a bourbon drinker, you kind of know what I mean by that. Like it is flavorful and it gives you some different expression. But it sticks around on the palate, and you get a lot of nice oaky bourbon flavor. I'm going to venture a guess and say this is probably a little older than 4 and 5 years, judging by the other expressions and all the other Old Forester that we have had. I can't think of a single barrel, even a single barrel proof that I've gotten that much oak character out of recently.
I tell you now, I'm getting. On my second sip, I am getting more of those classic bourbon notes along with the cherry. To me, the cherry is kind of an overriding
it gets
note
you
on this one.
Yeah.
Which I love. That's one of my favorite notes. If I can pick up cherry or chocolate covered cherries in a bourbon, I'm on board. So really like this. I'm almost getting a little bit of a marshmallow taste. Interesting.
I like this.
I didn't get that yesterday.
I like this a lot. Now, one thing, I like the 117 series, and it gets a lot of, and sometimes warranted hate and, kind of disdain, because it is $60, no matter how you slice it, it's $60 for a 375 milliliter bottle. The secondary price on these is double that, and sometimes more than double. So I understand why Old Forester does it. It makes sense to me. They have a limited product. They get twice the yield out of it, if people are willing to pay it. The question is this worth the $60?
That's a good question. To me, I like the fact, like you said, that you can get your hands on something that's a limited release like this, and you don't have to spend $100 or $120.
Yeah.
Now it's
Understood.
You don't get a full bottle. They do allow you to buy 2, so you're paying $120 for. But at least it allows you to get your hands on something at a reasonable price.
I think that is the pro side of it. You didn't answer the question. Is this worth $60?
To me, yeah. Now, I wish I hadn't have had to schedule a tour to buy it, because that doubled.
Right.
So me and my wife went, so it was $30 for a tour. I actually paid $60 for the tour plus that. But now, had I not done a Old Forester tour before, that wouldn't.
Right.
be an issue, which I still enjoyed the tour, even though I've done it before.
And it always comes back to the bourbon economy and the things that we as bourbon fans will do to get an experience. And that's, make no mistake, that's what we're paying for. We're paying for something that is out of the normal Old Forester experience. I love the bottle. I think it's a great offering. I'm excited to have it open on my bar. It is the exact opposite feeling I had from the previous 117 that we did. I think it was the Warehouse H,
yeah,
which I didn't really enjoy, which
I
is
didn't either.
Very unusual for me because I'm an Old Forester fan. I really like this one, and they're super limited. And I wish there was just a way that we could help our viewers get a hold of the bottle.
Well, there is, Charlie.
There is.
Yes, but we're not going to talk about that yet.
We're not?
Because we're not finished.
Oh.
Because I have a gift for you.
Oh, no.
Because I feel bad because you weren't able to join me yesterday on the tour. So I have a Majeska.
Oh, my favorite. I do love a Majeska.
If you don't know what a Majeska is, it's marshmallow wrapped in caramel, and these have sea salt that is smoked with Old Forester.
I'm not eating this right now. But
I'm going to eat.
Oh, you're eating yours?
I'm eating mine.
Oh.
And I have a pin for you, Charlie.
Oh, thank you so much.
An Old Forester pin.
Glenn's such a nice young man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to show. This is what that action looks like.
So good.
You know what? Let's do this. I'm gonna pair a Majeska with a little highangelsshare.
So on the tour, they recommend you eat this with 1920 or Old Forester 86.
Well, thanks, Old Forester. We'll take it from here.
Now I'm gonna have chocolate in my teeth.
That's okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
We're just gonna let you watch us eat and listen to us chew.
And you have to watch because
Why else would you tune in?
if you don't, you won't get to win that.
Okay, so we've made them wait long enough. To win this bottle, what you need to do is number one, first and foremost, subscribe to the channel.
Have to be subscribed.
If you're already subscribed to the channel, that's great. Second step, shoot us an email. Just let us know. Hey, I would love to win the highangelsshare bottle. I subscribed. Please count me in.
Yeah.
Tell them the email address.
sointobourbon@gmail.com, and let's make it even more streamlined. In the subject line, just write Angel. And then you can write us a letter, tell us how great we are, how much you love the channel, beg, plead, and we're gonna pick one of you subscribers. You have to subscribe.
You have to be 21.
And you gotta be 21. We're gonna send you this 117 series, highangelsshare. Because we're nice guys. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Quickly, rate it.
7.25. 7.25.
I was gonna say 7.375.
Okay.
7.5. 7.375.
You can tell he's a mortgage guy. He always have to. He always has to go one more digit.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like it. The reason I really like it is because it is cherry and oak, and those are not typically found together. Really like that. It's really out of character for Old Forester. It still has that familiarity. I think it's a really nice offering. Really like it. You're really going to want to win one of these.
Yes, you are. And as always, tell them, Charlie.
You got to like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube and the socials.
Yes, follow us on Instagram, So Into Bourbon, and TikTok, Whiskey Realtor, while we have TikTok. And as always, you got to keep those wallets loose.
And your bung holes tight. Good night, everybody.
Peace out.
Splice Originals.
Once it is through, it's got a temporary ring on it. our toaster. We're the first to toast barrels. Toasting is not the same as charring. It's preparing the barrel for charring. So when we toast the barrel, it's going to be a 5 to 15 minute process. And what we're doing is we're pulling out excess moisture from the wood. We're also pulling all the natural sugars that are found in the surface of that interior. That's what will be charred. Once we char it, we're embedding those sugars. That's what's going to give part of the flavor to that white dog. Turn that into bourbon. So it works just like a regular toast. Once it's done, it'll pop right back out. Now, here's a relatively freshly toasted barrel. Come back, touch this, still gonna live, be careful. You can smell it. You smell what a toasted barrel smells like.
Splice Original.
That's on this final finishing iron. It's going to end up with this barrel integration. This is again, this is our quality control. First thing he's going to do is drill a hole for the bone. He's going to shoot about gallon to gallon of water inside that barrel. Shoot about 7 to 8 pounds of fuel pressure inside that barrel while you're rolling. What he's trying to do is find out what he's in that barrel.
Little areas on this one, some water coming out. Our barrel heads are made from white oak as well. They and so there are some seams between these pieces of wood right here, and some moisture from here, as well as a bit growth in the barrel. So what we're going to do in this instance is try to displace this over this. Some cedar beans. Cedar is nice soft wood. It's going to expand whenever it comes into contact with water. And so this will take a few minutes of work, but patching leaks is just a process of making a little fix and then retesting and seeing if it flows.
Track house, we will bourbon barrels go to age. In those cases, they're going to be buildings that are outside. The buildings have no heat, no cooling. exposed to all 4 seasons because it's just a little bit of ventilation. And the process is pretty simple. When it's hot and humid in the summer, the liquid inside those barrels is going to expand. It'll expand up into the wood. As it gets cooler, it's going to condense, contract, fall back into the barrel. Lie dormant in the winter, and repeat with the next cycle of seasons. So, pretty much that white dog that's in that barrel is going to become bourbon over the course of years, and it's going to derive 100% of its color, 50% of its aroma from that interaction, expansion, and contraction in that barrel. Kind of brings me to this room here. Barrels in here are aging bourbon. They're expanding and contracting, but a little bit slower.
Thank you.